Hey, it's Brendon Payne with Century 21 Expert Advisors team, and I appreciate you watching this month's monthly update. And this one's really important because I continue to talk to so many people in this really red hot market they want to sell. They see where prices are at, and they're just trying to figure out that age-old question. If I sell, does it make sense to sell at the high point in the market and then turn around and buy what might be a high point in the market? How do I pull that off? Does it make sense? And is it something that I should consider? So I want to go through a couple of things to get you some insight onto what most people that are really thinking about making that move, what they should be considered. So let's talk about a couple of things. I want to give you an example. This home comes from, it's in a D.R. Horton community that is about 15 years old. The community's built out. There's no new construction. So it's a really good example of the appreciation that's happened in some parts of our market over the past 12, 18 months. This home was actually sold twice, once in 2018 and once in 2021. Let's look at the numbers. In 2018, this home sold for $317,500. That's where it closed out at. Okay. In 2021, May of 2021, it sold at $387,500. Both of those sales happened in May of their respective years, 2018, 2021, $317,500. And then they just sold it at $387,000. So literally a $70,000 increase in value over the course of 3 years. That's pretty incredible. There's not very many people that would look at their home and go, I've got $70,000 in equity and appreciation over 3 years. A lot of people are thinking, is it time to cash out? Should I make the move? And then they ask, well, if I do, then where do I go? Am I buying at a property that's priced too high now? You have to look inside a little bit deeper to figure out what makes the most sense. So I ran some numbers, and according to Fannie Mae website, not my numbers, Fannie Mae website, the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage in May of 2018 was 4.59%. Okay, 4.59% on that $317,000 property. May of 2021, same website, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate was 2.96%. So we've got a significant drop, which we all know, historically low interest rates right now. What kind of difference does it make though? With 20% down in 2018 at a 4.59% interest rate, their principal and interest payment on that home in 2018 was $1,298, principal and interest, okay? Taxes and insurance, you have to figure those, but they're going to be fairly consistent. No big jumps there. $1,298 in 2018 when those owners bought that home. When they turned around and sold it, assuming the next buyer, similar credit, got a 30-year fixed mortgage at 2.96, their payment, $1,300. Check my math. You can look at the numbers. They're the same payment. Now, is there a difference in what they had to do? Sure. The 20% down that both buyers had to put down for the loan represents about a $14,000 difference. So the buyer that came in with 20% in 2021 paid $14,000 more in their down payment. But the actual payment, what they got for the home, or they got the same home, their payment's the same. Now, here's the part that you wouldn't know unless you actually looked at the listings. There were significant improvements made in that home from 2018 until today. So essentially, they got a better, more updated home for the same monthly payment as the people who bought it in 2018. So why is this important? It's important that you understand that it's not always because the price goes higher that you're paying more. You have to dig in. Everybody's situation is a little bit different, but just simply saying, I can't sell right now because I would be selling at the peak and buying at the peak, selling high, buying high. What if something shifts? Look at your individual situation, look at the finances of the individual situation, and use that to make your decision. I also want to share with you 3 main reasons where if you're in the position like this, it probably makes sense to consider selling. I'm seeing a lot of themes where people that are in this spot, they're making the decision to sell and buy for the long run. They're not trying to just make a quick dollar or flip a property. They're making long-term decisions. Number one from my notes was, if you're trying to improve your lifestyle. Now, this doesn't mean I want the bigger home, I want the nicer neighborhood. When I'm talking about trying to improve their lifestyle, where people are making decisions to sell a home and get into another property that maybe it's in a school district they want to be in. Maybe it's closer to a job. If somebody's commuting for 45 minutes to an hour both ways, then getting something that's closer is a heck of a lifestyle change. That's great for the whole family. There's more time to be able to spend doing the things that you want to do. That's what I'm referring to. Now, if you want to move into the neighborhood that you feel is nicer or has more amenities and stuff like that, that's great too. But when I refer to improving your lifestyle, things that actually are going to make a difference in the way that your normal day goes. Okay. The second one that I see a lot is, are you trying to improve either your income or your expenses? So people are making moves where there's more opportunity for the job that they want, and that increases their income. Great opportunity. All the people that are moving to be able to work remotely and decrease their expenses, whether it's taxes or just, overall expense in the home. They're not using the 5 bedrooms now. The kids are gone, they're away in college, and they're downsizing to something that makes more sense because they don't need all that space. That can be a great move. And a lot of times when they're downsizing, they may be getting into a different property, which actually has a better audience. So that brings us to number 3, which is, if you're going to make a move, are you positioning yourself to get into something where when you sell that property, you're going to actually be able to recoup a nice return from that? So if you think about today, if somebody's selling a home that's maybe 9 or 10 years old, and they're selling at a really good price and going into a new construction property, well, that new construction property is new. It's unlikely over the next 5 or 6, 7 years that they're going to have any real large capital expenses. HVAC is probably going to be operational. If it's not, it's under warranty. The roof is probably going to be good. The things that they're going to have to spend money on are likely going to be because they want to, not because they have to. So are you positioning yourself into a property that maybe long-term is going to be a little bit better if you decide to sell it at some point? So if you're thinking about making a move, don't just discount that you can't find that property you're trying to get into, or that if you sell high that you automatically are buying high. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that make a difference in each individual situation. If you'd like to get more information on the value of your property, what's available, or how to analyze these and see if it makes sense, please reach out to me anytime. Love to help you and look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks a lot.